How you doing, YouTube? This is Gunnery Sergeant 67 bringing you another YouTube video. Today's YouTube video is going to be on if I could only take 3 items to bug out with, what would they be? Alright YouTube, let's get into it. So my last video I did about 2 weeks ago on if I could only take 5 items to bug out with, what would they be? I got a few comments in the comments section asking me to do 3 items. I've had someone ask me for 1 item. So today I'm going to go ahead and fulfill that request. Today is going to be if I could only take 3 items for a bug out, what would they be? Alright, so before we start getting into the items, I just want to say that as you start limiting yourself to items, you are going to have to go ahead and compromise what your abilities are going to be during that bug out situation. You're going to have to look at tools that can be multifunctional, and then there's a lot of other things you're going to have to look at. You're going to have to look at one of the big things is your geographical location. What season is it? Like I've said many times on my channel, I'm actually in North Florida. Right now it's the summertime. Last night, the low here got down to 85 degrees. That's pretty freaking warm for nighttime, the temperature dropping here in the summertime. So taking those things into consideration is what really sculpted the items that I would take in a bug out scenario right now. Now, please remember, this is a bug out scenario. This is not a bushcraft scenario. This is not I'm going camping for a day or 2 or a week. This is I am bugging out of my house. Something has forced me to leave my residence, and it has forced me to bug out to my bug out location. And for those that don't know, my bug out location from my house is about 24 miles away. I've actually done a scenario where I've bugged out. I've humped, and I've gotten about halfway. I've got to the 12-mile marker. And then once I got there, I had my wife come pick me up. Just time, I didn't have the allotted time to go ahead and do the full bug out hump. And for all of you all that are wondering why I use the terminology hump, I am a retired Marine. I spent 21 years in active duty Marine Corps, and when we talk about our rucks, our forced marches, we affectionately dub them humps. So when I say humps, if you're not up with any military lingo, a hump for me is a ruck or a forced march. So I got all the way to the 12-mile marker, and unfortunately I had quite a long honey-do list, and it's kind of hard for me to go ahead and facilitate a full 24-mile ruck or hump. So and again, that 12 miles was just me. It wasn't with my family, so I'm not under the impression that they will be able to keep up with me. I definitely would probably have not made that 12 miles as fast as I did. So yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and get back to the task at hand now that we've got that all under control. Now, one of the first things out of my 3 items that I would take with me in a bug out, if they were the only 3 items I would take, would be my Pathfinder School 32-ounce water bottle cook kit. Now, that's this. Now I count this as 1 item. Now, the reason why I count this as 1 item is because it all fits together. If I would run in here and just grab it, it would be all together and it would look something like this. The water bottle would fit into this nesting cup, and this stove top would fit right over the nesting cup. So I would go ahead and utilize that. And also inside of the water bottle, I have some portable aqua tablets. I've got 50 count. So the rationale behind that is that I would just be finding water along the way, scooping it up, treating it with the portable aqua tablets, 2 tablets per quart. And you let it sit for 35 minutes, and then after that you can go ahead and consume it. I would go ahead and utilize the nesting cup. After I drank about half full of the canteen, I would go ahead and pour the rest of the purified water into the nesting cup, and I would go ahead and fill back up the 32-ounce water bottle, and then I would probably pop 2 more potable aqua tablets in there. That way, while I'm consuming that water, that purified water in the nesting cup, I can have another 32 ounces of water purifying on the go. So yes, so the Pathfinder School 32-ounce water bottle cook kit with aqua or portable aqua tablets. That will go ahead and utilize or suffice for my hydration needs. Next, now I've changed this up from my 5, but I would bring some type of cutting tool. My last video, I selected the Mora Garberg in carbon steel. This time, I'm kind of going a different route because, again, like I said, you're condensing down the type of equipment that you're going to be using. So you have to have a multifunctional, that tool needs to be multifunctional that you select. And I picked a Cold Steel Bushman spearhead / knife. Now, this comes with a ferro rod. I took it out, and I normally have this wrapped with Survivor cord, and if Survivor paracord, and anybody that knows what Survival paracord is, it is paracord that is rated at 550, but it also has snare wire, it has jute twine inside of it for fire making, and it also has fishing line, not to mention all the other cords for paracord. So so I took that off, that way I can try to stay as true to this 3 items to bug out as possible. So take the sheath off, and this will be my cutting implement. Now, this is a 9-inch blade. In total, this is like 12 and 3/4 inches long. It is 1 piece of steel. And anybody that's ever messed with Cold Steel products, it is extremely sharp. It's 2.5 millimeters thick, and the handle is hollow. Now, if you see right here, there's a hole right here. So if I want to utilize this, I can utilize this as a spear. And what I would do is I would fashion a straight-ish stick, probably about eye level, so about 6 foot. I'm just a tad over 6 foot. That way, this spearhead / knife will be sticking above my head. So if I utilize it as a walking stick / spear, it's not gonna stick me in the body or the freaking face or anything like that. So yes, again, my cutting implement is going to be the Cold Steel Bushman. Now, also too though, you don't necessarily got to make this into a spear. The little Bushman logo right there. But you can go ahead and get a handle for this, anywhere between a 6 to 12-inch handle. Put it in here, secure it with either a screw or what I have with this kit, because I love my kits. I have an eye bolt or an eye screw, and I screw it in there, and then now you have a machete or a hacking tool, because it gives you that extra length. And this is actually a very good chopper. It does great in splitting firewood. It's an awesome cutting tool. And this would be my second item that I would bring in a bug out if I can only take 3 items. All right, lastly, my third item that I would take in a bug out scenario if I can only take 3 items would be, again, my Ruger New Model Blackhawk conversion model 357 9mm. Now, again, I'm going to preference this as that this is a bug out scenario. And with that bug out scenario, something has pushed me out of my home. I've have to leave the geographic area because something has happened, whether it's a natural disaster, i.e. like a hurricane. We're in hurricane season here now in Florida, so that is a possibility. Wildfire, it could be a civil unrest, it could be riots, it could be all kinds of manner of things that force me out of my geographic location. And if that is happening, then I'm probably not the only person that's going to be bugging out. There's probably going to be a mass migration out of the area. Hopefully, I read the tea leaves, I see the signs, and I get out before what I call the golden horde bugs out of the area. And hopefully, I don't have to hot foot it. Hopefully, I can get in my truck, drive the 24 miles to my bug out location, and I'm golden. But with that being said, you've got all other types of people that are bugging out as well. So you're going to have the confusion, you're going to have mass hysteria, you're going to have people that are going to be trying to take advantage of the situation, and there's probably going to be violence. So I want to be able to make sure that I can protect myself and my family. Hence the firearm, the Ruger New Model Blackhawk conversion model. In addition to that, if it's taking longer for me to get to my bug out location, if I've got to go ahead and hump to my bug out location, then I also got the ability to take small game. Now, the normal rounds that I use are 180 grain, just federal 357 rounds, but I can take small game with these CCI shot shells, 357 38 special. So as you can see, these shot shells, they shoot pellets out, and they are perfect for taking snakes, squirrels, rabbits, birds. They do amazing. So if I'm out there for a couple days and we got to go ahead and eat, I can go ahead and take small game with it. So it just isn't for protection, it's also for small game harvesting. So that is my third and final item of if I can only take 3 items to bug out with. So to sum up everything, my 3 items would be my Pathfinder School 32-ounce water bottle cook set with portable aqua tablets to purify water and hydrate while I'm hot footing it to my bug out location. My second item would be my Cold Steel Bushman spearhead / knife. And then my third item would be my Ruger New Model Blackhawk conversion model. All right, YouTube, that's enough for today. If you like this video, please hit that like button. If you like this content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Share this video with your friends. In the comments section, please let me know what you like, what you don't like. Do you like my 3 choices? What would your 3 choices be? If you don't agree with my 3 choices, let me know what you would pick, and let's have a conversation about it. All right, YouTube, this is Gunnery Sergeant 67. I'm out.